In boxing, technique and physicality are inseparable. Yes, technique often takes priority. It allows you to be efficient, to protect yourself, and to land with precision. But here is the hard truth. Without the physical engine to back it up, even the most perfect technique will eventually crumble. So today, we're breaking down the real physical traits of elite boxers, what they train, why they train it, and the exact exercises used to build each ability. Let's break it down. A real fighter's strength program isn't about looking good on the beach. It's about force transfer. It has to include these things. Compound ground force exercises. Power starts at the floor. Your base should be squat variations and trap bar deadlifts. These teach you to push into the ground to generate force that eventually travels to your fist. Rotational strength. Boxing is almost 100% rotational. You need to load the hips and transfer through the core. Landmine rotations, wood choppers, and cable pulls replicate the torque needed for hooks and overhands. Posterior chain. Boxers are chronically hunched forward in a defensive stance. You need to strengthen the back, pull-ups, face pulls, and rows to prevent injury and keep your shoulders healthy. Neck and traps. This is your shock absorber. If the neck is weak, the brain takes the rattle. Weighted neck curls and isometric holds are non-negotiable for longevity. Maximal strength philosophy. When lifting heavy, think of starting strength. How fast can you go from relaxed to rigid at the moment of impact? Keep the reps low, 3 to 5 is good, move the weight fast, and get out. You need to be strong, not slow and bulky. The glue. The core is your transmission system. If it's soft, the power from your legs dies before it reaches your hands. Train it with anti-rotation work like Pallof presses and explosive medicine ball throws. You need to be able to brace for impact and twist for power simultaneously. Right after footwork, raw power sits at the top. If you can't earn your opponent's respect with your power, they will walk you down. Here is how to train it. Explosive lifts, clean and jerk or snatch variations. These are full-body, coordinated efforts that teach your nervous system to fire everything at once. Ballistic work, medicine ball slams and rotational wall throws. The goal is to project energy into the object as violently as possible. This mimics the snap of a punch better than weights do. Plyometrics, weighted jump squats or lateral bounds. Even though you don't jump in boxing, leg drive is where the knockout comes from. The goal is short ground contact and high force output. In boxing, it's not about how fast you can run a 100-meter dash. It's about hand speed and foot speed in a 4-meter square. Here are 2 methods. Method 1, overspeed and resistance. Shadowboxing with very light weights, 1 to 2 pounds max. It helps to build shoulder endurance and snap. Conversely, using resistance bands around the waist for shadowboxing forces your legs to drive harder to move you, making you feel weightless when you take them off. Method 2, cognitive speed. Being fast is useless if you don't see the opening. Use reaction drills, tennis ball drops, partner mirror drills, or mitt work that relies on audio cues rather than set patterns. This trains the brain-to-muscle connection. Having power is great until you drown in deep waters in round 8. Conditioning is what keeps your guard up when your shoulders are burning. I break this into 3 layers. 1. The roadwork layer. Long, steady runs or cycling 2 to 3 times a week. This builds your aerobic base and helps your body clear fatigue between rounds. That 1 minute on the stool only works if your engine is built. 2. The red zone. 2 to 3 days per week. This replicates the flurry of a fight. High-intensity interval sprints, heavy bag burnouts, 30 seconds all out, 30 seconds rest, or the assault bike. You need to teach your body to function while swimming in lactic acid. 3. The ring layer. Nothing replicates the stress of someone trying to hit you. Sparring is the ultimate conditioning. It forces you to manage your adrenaline, which drains energy faster than any physical movement. Boxing loves to destroy shoulders, wrists, and lower backs. If you want a career that lasts, mobility isn't optional. Boxers naturally develop a rounded posture from constant guard position, forward head movement, and rotation. Without mobility work, this leads to shoulder pain, tight hips, and chronic lower back issues. Key moves: thoracic spine rotations to open up the chest and allow for full reach. Hip flexor stretches to counteract the crouched stance. Shoulder health. Rotator cuff work with bands and shoulder dislocates with a stick is mandatory. Dynamic stretching. Before training, focus on arm swings, torso twists, and leg swings. Save the static stretching for after the session to cool down the nervous system. You can train like a champion, but if you fuel like a bum, you won't make weight and you won't perform. In training camp, the goal is slow, controlled weight loss without killing performance. Protein stays high to protect muscle mass, while carbohydrates are timed around training to fuel sparring, bag work, and high-intensity rounds. A simple split works best, around 40% carbohydrates, 35% protein, and 25% fats. Nothing fancy, just enough fuel to train hard and recover. 3 to 4 hours before training, eat a solid meal with complex carbs and protein, something like chicken and rice. 1 hour before, keep it light and fast digesting, usually fruit. Hydration is non-negotiable. A dehydrated brain is more vulnerable to concussions, reaction time drops, and endurance collapse. Your body is your weapon and your shield. Build the armor, sharpen the sword, and fuel the engine. Now get to work.